Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Spider-Man Free Comic Book Day 2019 issue. And I like these that we got in this issue, because we got one that's dealing with the whole absolute carnage that's going to be going on, and then we just got a fun story that deals with Peter and Miles, and it was just great classic Spider-Man. So the first part of this issue deals with who we believe to be Eddie Brock, saying that everybody needs to hide because Carnage is trying to go around and revive Null and make him a god and everything with the Necro Sword and all that. And nobody really believes him, and they think he's crazy, and he's been depowered from his symbiote, and they put him in Rikers. We see these like two guys talking about what's going on. They're watching the video, but he's like eating in there, and this one dude pops up and tries to give him some shit, and he goes crazy eyes and punches into him and rips out his symbiote part, because that's what Carnage is hunting, all these different symbiote parts to make it whole again, to gain that power. And we see that he's going and turns into Carnage with the crazy eyes and everything, and just going on a murderous spree. Pops out saying that he's got 2 down, rest to go, and he's trying to figure out what to do next. Talk about going after like Toxin, which I like that callback. I did read the Toxin kind of limited series that they had, and I really liked the Toxin character, so it's always cool for him to come back. And talked about also going after Osborn, but then he sees Spider-Man swinging around and says, oh, that'd be more fun, and decides to, I guess, go after Spider-Man next. So that seems like it's going to be an interesting, crazy-ass ride on that. Now, we then go to Peter and Miles, and it looks like they're fighting, but they're not really. They're fighting about who has the best pizza in New York City, and it's just great, because Peter's like, isn't this good? And Miles is like, it's good. I don't know if it's the best. And they're going to go off to Miles's pizza place, and they run into the Shocker, and he's trying to do his old bad guy thing, and they just play so well off of each other as they're just taking down Shockers, and they get him captured, and he puts his pizza place on him, and it's like, huh, okay, that's kind of weird. But they get to Miles's, and Peter's like, okay, this is pretty good. And he's like, okay, I'm just going to stay here and eat like 72 inferior pizza slices here. So nobody can pretty much pat down and say which one is the best. Pretty much coming to the conclusion that, yeah, New York's got some pretty great pizza all around. It's just down to your preference. But just seeing Peter and Miles's back and forth was just really well done. I'm like, yeah, that's Spider-Man. So, I really liked how they did this. It just, the one that was dealing with Carnage is a pretty effective setup to get people into the event for a free comic book. And then, of course, Peter and Miles does a good job of being like, okay, these are the 2 main Spider-Men in this that we're focusing on at the moment. So, even though there's a lot more Spider-Man, we got frickin' Superior Spider-Man and all that, but I liked how it's like, okay, this is kind of our setup, just a fun little thing, being like, okay, so this is how they interact, and how it kind of goes down. Kind of being like, okay, if I'm more inclined to Peter, or if I'm more inclined to Miles, we're like, hey, I like all Spider-Man. So, I think this was very well done to kind of get people into either Carnage one, or definitely just to be like, okay, Spidey's pretty good. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.